Join our incredible moms who have mastered the art of balancing motherhood in today's episode of We Time Convo.
My name is Debbie.
This is Liza.
Moms sharing inspiring stories, practical tips, and a few hilarious anecdotes. And it all begins now.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is We Time, and it's our first initial episode. My name is Debbie, and
This is Liza.
and we are here to share some of our experiences and things that we've done.
And this is just an introductory episode, so you guys get to know us a little bit better. So my name is Liza. I'm a 42-year-old single mom. I have 3 girls, 23, 15, and 4. Quite a big age gap between my kids.
My name is Debbie, and we're talking about our age.
You don't have to put your age. You do not have to state that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally fine. I'm 48 years old. I have one daughter. She's 16. Her name is Vanessa. And I have 2 stepchildren. One is Javian. He is 12, and Mia, and she's 9.
I guess I should say my kids' names then. So Haley, 23, Ava, 15, and Violet is 4. I had to pause and think.
Yes.
So
No worries.
I guess we should talk about how we met.
Yes, we met because our kids went to school together.
Yes. So when Ava was in kindergarten, I think Vanessa was first grade.
Yeah, I think they're about a year apart.
Yeah.
And so we met through just being parents and volunteering and wanting to support our kids and their school.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did a lot of activities together, and I think that was just great. Just the bonding.
We were the cool PA moms, right?
Exactly. And so I think just bonding through just the fact that we wanted to enrich our kids' lives and kind of show them kind of the best that there is and what we can give. That was actually a really great time.
Right. Yeah. Because, Ava went all the way through, and we had a lot of good times. And we had a lot of really fun mom times too. So
yes. And I think that was kind of the initial step. But I think just being able to spend time together and just realizing we had other commonalities, not just obviously our focus of being moms, but also as being women and being minority women.
Right.
I think that was a lot of bonding that we had. And Vanessa started there when she was in kinder, and now she's a junior.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Probably.
Were you president at the time?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was at a PA meeting. I decided, I wanted to volunteer. I had the time to do it. And I think it was at a PA meeting, and you already knew, because you're a year ahead. So you already knew a lot of the parents that were there. And
that's right.
Yeah.
And, one of the things I think, just with the majority of the families there, a lot of the parents wanted to support, but they also were balancing their daily jobs. And so one of the things that we had to do was obviously get volunteers. And so that could be challenging. So I do recall you volunteering for an event. And I was just so thankful, because while a lot of parents are supportive, not many wanted to really actually volunteer and lead an event. And so when Liza came up and said she was willing to do that, I was very grateful. So that was wonderful.
And that was a huge mistake. Because then I just did everything. No, it was fun. And, our kids will always remember when we planned a play? Like we planned a whole play.
Oh my God. And that is actually a very memorable experience.
Was it Wizard of Oz? It was Wizard of Oz.
It was Wizard of Oz. And I can't, I'm still thankful to this day. I will never, ever forget the yellow brick road that you created. So, and the wonderful sets that you created. So it really tapped into what you do best, which was just creating these beautiful scenes for this drama that we had for our kids.
I remember you were like, let's just do it ourselves. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a hot mess, right? But when the kids actually practiced, they did it. And when I saw the play, I was like, oh my gosh, we did this.
That.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was really surprised because I'm like, I don't want anyone to watch this.
Yes. And it was actually a very good turnout.
It was really good. The kids, they surprised me.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
And I was surprised at so many supportive parents that came up to me even after the play and said, thank you for putting this together. Thank you guys for putting this together. Yeah. Because, obviously with challenges in the school, budget cuts, things of that sort, a lot of these things generally don't happen. And so when you have parents that are willing to put in effort and time and willing to work together, and I think that's the big plus. Not, you can have a great idea.
Yeah.
But if you don't have people to support it, to believe in it, and to actually put their sweat and tears into it, it doesn't really happen.
Right.
And so every single parent that we needed.
Yeah.
To put that together. I'm very thankful that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and the school that our kids went to, it wasn't in a school in a really rich area. Like you said, a lot of the families were minorities. So for these parents to see their kids doing something other than just academics and being able to act and be them, it was great. And parents were super thankful, and I was really proud of all of them. So. And we did it. We put it together and it was fine. It was good. So
yes. So, I mean, I have a lot of fond memories. And I think, unfortunately or fortunately, because it does take a lot of time and effort, now that Vanessa's in high school, you don't have those type of opportunities anymore. And so when I look back, I think it's great that we took the opportunity during that time when they're in elementary,
right?
Because as kids get older, believe it or not, they don't need you as much. And actually school doesn't need you as much.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that time that we had, spending time with them that way.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. And so now our kids are out of this elementary school, but we still hang out with each other frequently. Well, not as much, right? But we still see each other. We're still friends. We remain friends.
Yep.
And it's a bigger group. It's not just us, but it's just crazy how long we've been friends and how well we got along.
Well, just leading into that, I mean, our kids are growing. Yeah. Vanessa's a junior, and Ava now
she's going to be a sophomore.
Wow.
It's very challenging. Yeah.
Is she going in as a sophomore?
She's going in as a sophomore. We're already talking about colleges visiting next summer, which is crazy to me.
Yes. Vanessa's a junior, and we're already, talking about what is she doing between now and, the end of high school in order to prepare herself for college, which is essentially about 2 years away. So, right now we're in summer break.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm conscientious of is just how do I spend quality time with her, and the summer is a great time. I think it gives us a little break between, the responsibilities of school.
Right.
So we try to make it fun.
Yeah.
So are you doing anything this summer with the kids?
So I work at a school, so I'm very fortunate to have a month off break.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Which actually, not like the teachers and stuff, they get a couple months, but I get a month off, and we're not doing a lot of traveling, just a lot of local stuff. So we went to the beach. We, went to Great America on Tuesday. I'm going to take them to Santa Rosa to that Snoopy museum, and just a lot of local things, just keeping them busy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to Vegas in a couple of weeks to see Haley, just me. My oldest daughter, she actually lives she moved out to Nevada when she turned 18. So I'm going to go see her, and it's going to be freaking hot, but it will be fun.
Vegas.
Yeah. I'm just not looking forward to the heat, but I'm looking forward to seeing her. And I'm just being home, spending a lot of time with, with Ava and Violet, the little one. And I'm just very lucky to have this time off to be with them.
Now, I can imagine, Liza, with 3 kids and 3 very distinct age groups, it's probably a challenge of finding activities where you guys can do things all together.
Yes, it is. Thankfully, Ava, she's the 15-year-old. She loves her little sister. So anything that makes her little sister happy, she loves to go and see. So I'm very thankful for that. Like go to the beach and, watch her pick up seashells and everything like that. It is hard though when she wants to go see her friends and, so it is a challenge, but I'm very thankful for her because she does love her little sister and she's super helpful and she plays that second mom role.
Got it. So it sounds like she's pretty flexible.
Yeah.
And she puts Ava puts her as a priority.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That you are lucky.
How about you, Debbie? What are your plans for the summer?
Well, we just got back from Asia. We actually took a trip out to Asia, and we visited 4 countries. And it was the first time actually for all 3 of us to go. And it was amazing. It was, the season right now is hot and humid, and regardless of that, we still had a really good time visiting Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, Bangkok in Thailand, and Pattaya in Thailand, as well as Siem Reap. So we really enjoyed a lot of the culture, the food, the weather, everything. It was great. Just learning more about the culture and the food and experiencing that together. We actually went with 2 other families, our 2 other mommy friends, V and Sammy. And so I actually really appreciate the fact that we did that all together. Because Vanessa, while she does have stepsister, stepbrother, she generally is an only child. So with that being said, it was nice to go with 2 other families where, she's close to the kids, because we met them through school as well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, if you haven't been, to go. Make sure you prep your kids or kid, because it is a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing experience.
Yeah. And Vanessa she's half Cambodian, right?
She is.
So you guys went to Cambodia?
Yes. She is. So that was one of the reasons why we actually wanted to go to Cambodia, is because I did want her to see where her father was from.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to Siem Reap, which, as you may or may not know, is pretty famous for Angkor Wat, which is a very ancient temple. A lot of people go there for pilgrimage. And so when we went there, it was amazing. The history, things there were from like the 8th century. Amazing. Amazing. And the hospitality of the Cambodian people, and just the ease of them being welcoming made that trip. So I am absolutely...
I can imagine it must have been emotional for you to see her there and see her culture, because I think I probably would have been super emotional as well.
I think, we grew up here. Our kids grew up here. They don't really see kind of that other side. And the vacations that we've had have typically not, been in third world countries.
Right.
The history of Ho Chi Minh, the history of Cambodia, them going through war, and fairly recently. It's amazing how resilient these people are. And to expose her to this, I think is one of the things as a parent, to kind of give her some of these exposures, because we are privileged. school probably wasn't at the best neighborhood, right? But they're still privileged.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because when you compare it to other parts of the world, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I just find how these cultures are so resilient after all that they have been through.
Right.
So recently.
Yeah.
So recently. And that's the other thing. It's just so recent. We're talking about maybe 50 years ago. That's how recent a lot of this stuff was.
Yeah, you don't realize how recent it is. Like 50 is like, that's not a lot of time ago, right? Yeah.
No. So I highly recommend going.
Yeah.
We were actually, me and my husband, Peter, he was excited to go. It was a great experience for all of us. It actually got us to thinking about eventually retirement as well, because of the difference between America. We live in a very privileged country, but it's also very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we think about retirement, it gives us pause, because there's a lot of things that we would need to do in order to retire comfortably here. And so it just got our, wheels turning to other options of where we would retire. And when we think about Asia, I think a lot of people think that, it's so foreign, but there's beautiful places there that, your dollar can go a pretty long way. So that's something that we're actually looking at and considering, because retirement, although seems far, will come quickly.
Yeah. And we live in Northern California, so it's super expensive here. It's depressing. I mean,
yeah,
it is. I don't think I'll ever retire. If I want to live here comfortably, realistically, no, that's not going to happen for me. Or if I ever wanted a house, these are things that we need to start thinking about, because we're in our 40s and we're almost 50s.
Well, the retirement age now is like 68 and a half.
What was it before? 65?
60, yeah, something like that, right?
Oh, girl.
So 68 and a half, but who wants to keep
I'm going to be that 90-year-old lady working at the school yelling at everybody because I'm not in retirement yet.
What do you really need in order to retire?
Yeah.
Right. And if you take away all the, frivolous, and I'll put that in quotes, frivolous spending, because again, it goes back to, immediate, or like, I don't know how to, like, I am a DoorDash fanatic, and I can't, just looking at my DoorDash bill for the month is scary.
Oh, girl.
Right. But that is because it's convenient.
Yeah.
That is because.
And you don't cook, right?
I don't cook. Yes. And, and my daughter doesn't cook. So like, unless it's something quick, we're like door dashing, and it's because of convenience.
Yeah.
So we have to really think about like where we really spending our money and what's our long-term goal, because for us, it's always an immediate satisfaction type of thing that sometimes we miss out on kind of what our long-term, goal is or should be.
Girl, maybe you should go on Groupon and get cooking lessons. Get on that Groupon, girl.
God, if I could just, I'm so thankful that my mother and my mother-in-law both cook. So I need to engage them more so they can cook for us.
How did you feed Vanessa?
Well, Vanessa's not like really picky. So like, I'm not really picky, but my husband loves Asian food and he loves spicy. My taste buds are very like bland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's the dilemma.
Yeah.
We may be fine with whatever I cook, but he's not. So we just decide, let's just DoorDash.
How about when Vanessa was little?
When Vanessa was little, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to satisfy a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old. But now, and it's not that she's a picky eater. She's more of a grazer, a snacker, than an actual meal person.
That's how Ava is too. Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is that a plus or a minus?
I guess it could be both.
Uh-huh.
Because when it comes down to dinner time, it's like she's not hungry.
So are you one of those parents? Because I'm kind of one of those parents. When I actually see her eating, when I actually see Vanessa eating, I actually get really happy.
I'm that way with Violet. Because Violet is she's picky, you know. She can eat plain white rice and chicken nuggets every day.
Got it.
And I'm one of those parents that I want to broaden her horizons with food, right? I want her to try everything, and no, that's not her.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? When you say Violet, so I don't know if you guys know, but Vanessa is what everybody knows Vanessa's name as, but I actually call her Violet because that's her middle name. Yeah. So I think Violet's a really beautiful name. So I should have been smart like Liza, and she should have named her Violet first.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on We Time. That gives you a little bit of an intro to myself and Liza, and a little bit about our family and how we met. So we look forward to seeing.
Yeah. And just an FYI, we mentioned some companies like DoorDash or Groupon. We're not sponsored or affiliated with them, but if you would like to sponsor us so that Debbie can retire and DoorDash more, or get a Groupon to learn how to cook, you're more than welcome to reach out and sponsor us. But yes, this concludes our first episode, and thank you so much for listening, and hopefully we'll have many more topics and products to review, and this is it.